Oh, hi, hello, how you doing? My name is Waldo, and I'm here to feel politics with you. How are you doing today? I am doing great, thank you. This is Bobo, the baby bark boy. Say hello, Bobo. Say hi to the people. Hello, Internet. My name is Bobo. I poop on the floor. Yeah. Anyway, hi. We're going to talk about the politics today, but Bobo is bored by that. He thinks it's boring. He doesn't think it's fun. So he's probably going to take a nap. You going to take a nap? Ah. There he is, right over here. So you might see him poking around over here. This is where he hangs out. His bed is actually like right here. Anyway, hi, how are you? I'm doing great, thanks. We got Bulbasaur's all riding shotgun, so it's a good day today too. So we got the bright sunny day. It's springtime. The Bulbasaurs are sprouting. They're popping out. They're everywhere. My whole front yard's just full of them. It's a whole thing. What are we doing today? Today's Saturday, so we are going to look at the some funny clips. Then we'll look at the Iran situation. Then we'll look at some other stuff, and we'll make a whole day of it. Hop in the chat. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. If you want to suggest any cool topics or any specific thing that you want to talk about, go on into the Discord. There it is. I'll put it in YouTube chat as well. Copy. Pasta. If I were smarter, I'd have a better way to do that, but I don't, because I'm bad and dumb and do everything the hard way. So there's the Discord link going on over there to say hello. You can look at a bunch of photos of Bobo, the baby bark boy, and the other dog that we have. He's not up here right now, and he doesn't like me all that much, so he doesn't come around all that often. And you can look at all these things. You can tell me what to talk about. Leave links to fun stories. Post up a bunch of funny memes. Alter my face with Photoshop to make me look stupid and post it in that. I absolutely endorse that. Pause the video at weird points to make me look like I have a funny face. Even though I was just regularly talking. You know, when you pause the TV and they have a really weird look on their face because they're in the middle of a word. Do that. Anything you want. There's only one rule on the Discord. Don't annoy me. That's it. It's really the only rule I have on the Discord. You can post whatever you want as long as it's not annoying me. If it starts to annoy me, then I just ban you. It's fun. And that makes me feel good. It really does. I do like enjoy banning people. It gives me a powerful power trip. I feel like some sort of superpowered being when I do that. It's a good time. I enjoy doing it. So go on over there. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're feeling. Let's look at today's news and politics. Let's start with a silly one. Let's start with some silly stuff. Here we go. President Trump saying something silly. Let's listen to him say something ridiculous.
People, when you see soldiers or others, but soldiers generally walking around with no legs, with no arms, a face that's been smashed. That was Soleimani. That was Iran that did that.
When you see soldiers walking around with no legs, it was Iran that did that. Iran is making our soldiers walk around with no legs.
So we have a much different view on it than other presidents. They've gotten away with murder for 47 years. They're not getting away with it anymore.
See, Johnny doesn't accept murder. All the other presidents for the past 47 years never did anything for Iran. They never did anything about that. They never thought about it. They never put sanctions on them. They never came up with deals. They never went to war with them. They never bombed. No, they never did anything. Only Donnie. Only President Trump did something about the murderous Iranians because of all our legless soldiers walking around. It would be funny if he weren't in charge. Honestly, if he were just a Alex Jones style newscaster and just a podcaster talking into the screen, it would be hilarious. But he's in charge, and that makes it dangerous. That makes it scary. That makes me unhappy with the things that he has to say. Let's see. Do we have any more? I have another funny one. Where's the funny one? Here we go. Another silly fun one.
Good, that's a good one. Oh, I wanted this one. See that, Joe? You think Biden can do that? He can't.
Boss, Mr. Donald, Mr. President, listen. He doesn't know what the auto pen is. He doesn't understand why they used it. He thinks that Joe Biden was so weak and old and frail that he couldn't.
Good job, little guy. You want me to put that on the fridge for ya?
He couldn't hold a pen. Oh, my name is Joe Biden, Jack, and my fingers are too old and too weak to hold a pen. Every time I pick up the pen, boom, it just falls out. I'm so weak and pathetic. Oh, Jack, I tried to sign, and then the pen fell out of my hand. Boss, he used the auto pen because signatures are not magical. It's not some sort of spell. It's not a sacred spell document that binds your immortal soul to this piece of legislation through a covenant with the framers of the Constitution. You're not a warlock. It doesn't really matter if you specifically put your hand on the pen to move the thing across. It still counts. It's still fine. The Senate passed it, the House passed it, and the president signed it. But Donnie, in his misunderstanding of literally everything, thinks that Joe Biden couldn't sign things. So he had to have a robot do it. Donnie doesn't understand anything at all. Like, he doesn't get it. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what the auto pen is. He doesn't know why they did it. And he wants to say that it was all fake and gay and not true. But, like, it's just as legal and true as, and it's fine. You don't have to actually bring the entire press in and 27 goobers stand behind you every time you sign your fucking name. That's not necessary for the law to be accepted. It's just not. But Donald doesn't know that. Anything that didn't happen in front of a TV camera to Donald Trump didn't happen. Any piece of paper that didn't specifically have your hand on it with a pen in giant frickin' Sharpie marker, the spell wasn't cast properly. And so it doesn't work. It doesn't apply. He doesn't understand any damn thing. And this would be funny. He's a delightful clown who misunderstands the entire world. He's a Mr. Magoo. He's wandering around blind, not understanding what's going on around him. And that would be delightful if he weren't in charge of the entire country and the Senate didn't keep giving him more and more and more power. Also, small note, standing right behind him, the Joe that he's talking to. Let's see if we see him. That's those hands right there. There we go. It's that's Joe Rogan, widely known, very important, centrist, who thinks both sides are bullshit. The enlightened centrist who stands in the middle of the entire political spectrum and tells you what is right and what is wrong and what is bullshit and who's lying, is standing behind Donald Trump, clapping for him as he signs his big boy name on a stupid but fine law. It's not a problem. It's not a stupid law. It's just lessening the constraints on mushrooms and psychedelics. Fine. They shouldn't be illegal anyway. But, like, Donnie doesn't know what that means. He doesn't understand what they are. He doesn't know where they come from. He just knows that people clap when he does it. Joe Rogan claps for him and gets his entire audience to clap for him when he does it. Donnie doesn't understand the auto pen machine. He doesn't understand magic mushrooms. He doesn't understand podcasts. He doesn't understand the Pope. He doesn't understand religion. He doesn't understand anything. All he knows is that if he does a thing and people clap, do the thing again. That's it. He is a reaction machine and nothing else. If he went out onto the stage and promised something, he doesn't know what it is. It doesn't matter. Just say the words. And if the people clap, do it again. Tell them that it's true. He told the people that 4 million illegal people voted for Hillary in 2016. It's not true. There's no evidence of that ever happening. And he put together like an actual task group to find them. They found nothing. And then they disbanded. But when he says it, the people clap. That's what matters. That's what matters. That's the important bit, is that he says the things, and then the people clap and they cheer. And that makes it true, you see. When he says Hillary cheated in 2016 and 4 million illegal people voted for him, the MAGA hats, they just cheer. They go nuts. They're like, yeah, she did. Woo, whoa, yeah, get her. It's not true. But it doesn't matter what's actually true. The people clap. And that is what makes it true. So he will tell you that it's true. He will invent new hypotheses. He will invent 4 million illegals voting. He'll just say it. He'll just make some shit up. And it would be funny if he weren't in charge. Let's see. Do we have more fun ones to look at? There we go. This will lead into our main event today, which is Iran and the terrible, no good, very bad deal that he made.
Any of it, we'll get it. Go ahead.
If you don't have a deal by Wednesday when the ceasefire ends, will you extend the ceasefire or will
I
you
don't know. Maybe not.
again?
Maybe I won't extend it.
Okay.
But the blockade is going to remain.
Would you have
He doesn't know. The blockade remains, but it is open to everyone, apparently. The Hormuz Strait is open to everyone and blockaded and held by Iran and not held by Iran. And anybody can pass through it, and it is incredibly dangerous and you shouldn't go through.
Maybe I won't extend it. So you have a blockade, and unfortunately we'll have to start dropping bombs again. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
We'll have to start dropping bombs again in the war that's over and that we won. The war is over, and we won, and we're going to start dropping bombs again in 2 weeks. And no one will help us because we don't need their help, because we don't want their help. And we asked for their help, and they said no. And also, they're wrong, and they need to say yes. And somehow this is the Pope's fault. Like, it's just fucking madness. None of this makes any sense. None of it. He says whatever he wants whenever he wants. We're still mad at the Pope, so here's some more fun stuff. As President of the United States, I have access to information that could bring down the papacy, the Vatican, and the entire Catholic Church overnight. These are called the Vatican Files, which I won't release out of respect for the billion Catholics worldwide. But the weak Pope Leo of Vatican, bro, he doesn't know what the Pope is. He doesn't know Leo of Vatican? What the fuck does that mean? Would do well to remember that who he has to answer to if he continues to interfere in politics on the behalf of the terrorist regime in Iran. Who he has to answer to? The fuck does that mean? Like, he has to answer to you because you're the president? Do you think that the Pope in Rome works for the American president? He doesn't know what any of these things are. He doesn't know where Rome is. And now he's calling Iran the terrorist regime of Iran. But we're going to make a deal with them in a minute now. Again, he's on all sides of all situations. The misinformation Pope spreads. The Pope. Pope, I swear to God. He uses it as like a name. He doesn't know it's not a name. It's a title. Anyway. The information Pope spreads regarding the special combat operation is extremely dangerous. Jesus, in capital letters, would have wanted peace through strength, just like I do. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, and we will use our overwhelming strength to make sure that they never do. This is the path to peace. Again, this would be hilarious. It would be brilliant. It would be fantastic satire and comedy to have a cartoon character, president, explaining to the Pope what Jesus wants and what Jesus would do. That's amazing. Donnie's never been a religious person. He posted that photo of himself as Jesus and didn't understand why everybody was mad at him. He didn't get it. He doesn't know why the Christians are mad at him for posting this fucking picture. He doesn't know because he's not religious. He's never read the Bible. He doesn't know what it says. He doesn't know what it's in it. He doesn't know what Jesus preached. But he does know what he hates. And what he hates is when the Pope disagrees with him. He hates that.
Can't be having a Pope weak on crime. Jesus don't like crime.
I know, right?
Jesus would want peace through strength is insane. How many times did Jesus reiterate the exact opposite?
There's a whole book about it. But he doesn't know that. He's never read a book. He doesn't know what any of these things are. Peace through strength is insanity. It means war. It means killing your enemies, which is not a very peaceful thing to do. But he doesn't know that. He's incapable of knowing these things. He just knows that the people around him are cheering him on, patting him on the back, and giving him accolades and attaboys and telling him what a good job he did when he shit talks the Pope. So he keeps doing it. Doesn't have to be based on reality. It doesn't have to be based on any of the things that are written in the Bible. He just knows that he needs to keep on attacking the Pope. And I think it's not helping. It's not helping him. Well, I mean, I know the American evangelicals aren't big on the Pope. They're not Catholics. But they do comprehend what he is and who he is and how the whole thing works. And the American Catholics are all going to abandon him. All the voters that he got down in the South, the Latino voters that he got in the South and through Florida and shit like that, are all Catholic.
Pope Leo of Vatican? More like Pope Nucleo of Vatican.
Pope the Nope of Vatican. Yeah, he doesn't use the title right. He doesn't know what these things are. He does not know stuff, but he loudly comments on the stuff. I am commenting on stuff, but I try to understand what I'm talking about. I try to pay attention to what's going on, and then I measure it, and then I tell you what I'm thinking about it. But he doesn't do any of that. He just explodes, spouts off, and then fires. And then later, one of his aides will aim for him. That's what that blonde girl's name, what's her name? Caroline Levitt. That's what she does. She's the press secretary. So it's her job to aim all of the explosions and bullshit that are flying out of Donnie's mouth at any given moment. And then when the press comes in and says, what did he mean when he said the Pope better remember who he answers to? She will aim that statement, and she will aim for him. He fires, she aims afterward. It's not a good system, and I wish we would stop doing it, but that's the fucking clown show that we voted for because you can't vote for a lady. I mean, honestly, the world can't vote for a lady for president, you know. That she laughed weird, okay? She laughs funny. She cackles. So I can't vote for her. She cackles. She made a bunch of cackling noises, and I can't be voting for no ladies who cackle. I ain't gonna do that. She pretends to be black, and she pretends to be Indian. That's just impossible. You can't be fucking both. You can't be both. That don't make no damn sense. You're either white or you're black, or you're Indian. You can't be fucking both. That's insane. Anywho.
She was too hot. Can't take her seriously with a popped tent.
That's right. She's secretly turning me on. I can't be voting for that. Every time I watch the damn Fox News, they're already getting me hard as a rock. You ever seen them Fox News babes? Damn. All right. And then they're going to talk about her. I'm not going to be able to, pay attention to anything at work. How am I supposed to eat my lunch in my truck if I'm watching the Fox News on my phone? I keep getting a boner. Okay. Anyway. All right. I like cracking myself up. Okay. You guys are just, if there was no internet, I'd just be doing this, at a blank wall and cracking myself up.
I'm out here steering with no hands.
Exactly. This guy knows how to drive. This guy knows what's up. Okay. Let's back on the rails, Waldo. What the hell are we doing? What are we looking at? Okay, here's another funny one. I haven't read this one yet, so I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the truth is. So I just saw this one, headline, clicked it, brought it up. Maybe it's insane. Maybe it's not anything to worry about. We're going to react to this together. You and me, we're in it together. Trump's DoorDash grandma isn't a plant. The truth is much darker. Dun,
this is
dun,
the saddest
dun.
Story.
Oh, is it? I don't know the details. Despite the myriad political figures in his second term, Donald Trump still has an annoying skill. His reality TV style antics create an illusion that he's relatable, even though having grown up in an unimaginable wealth. Sorry, I read so much faster than my mouth can move. My brain reads, it would be done with this whole page already, but like my mouth can't keep up. Probably never performing basic everyday tasks like grocery shopping or filling up a tank of gas, the DoorDash or DoorDashing an order of McDonald's. On Monday, the president emerged from the Oval Office, received 2 bags from his beloved cheeseburgers, blah, 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 blah. After she played along with the stunt, pretending in headlines and sometimes in the stories themselves that Simmons actually drove from Arkansas to deliver food, ignoring that she's an anti-tax activist who has previously played this every woman role for the Republicans in need of services. After a round of credulous reporting, we finally got the debunkings that far fewer people will read. This wasn't a real delivery. Simmons had not saved $11,000 on taxes from the policy. In fact, she probably saved little to no money at all. DoorDash appears to have coordinated this public relations stunt to counter accusations that the company exploits its workers by manipulating labor laws and even stealing tips. Of course they do. They're a giant company. But it's not fair to accuse Simmons of being a paid plant, as many progressives on social media have done. Instead,
this is about her being an actor.
Yeah, apparently she's there's something going on. I don't know what it is. She didn't save any money. She was just playing along. She's some sort of an actor. She is a troubling example of how many working class Americans have been persuaded into voting against their own economic self-interests. Republican politicians who promote dangerous myths centering on bootstraps and personal responsibility. The larger story, Simmons tells, and there's no reason to doubt its veracity, is that she's been hustling for DoorDash because her husband has been battling cancer and they needed money to pay for his treatments. Here is a story of a society failing to meet its basic responsibilities to citizens. That's what I said. Settling into a comfortable retirement. She should be settling into a comfortable retirement, but instead she has to do a gig work to make ends meet. Simmons spoke of having a strong work ethic that was instilled by her parents, who started bringing her to work when she was only 4. Her 80-year-old mother, she added, is still taking care of little children to cover life expenses. So her 80-year-old mother still has to have a side gig. Simmons praised DoorDash for offering her the flexibility to allow her to take care of her sick husband and family as she scrapes for every dollar. Workplace. So what's the dark reality? Is it the thing that I already said last time? This is all a distraction from the parasitic rich elites. Yeah, that's what I kind of mentioned last time. I'm responding. I'm reacting to this just as you guys are. So I'm, let's see. To my mind, the most odious part of the DoorDash grandma stunt was when Trump, after being gently reminded by a supporter to tip Simmons, flourished a $100 bill while posing for pictures to illustrate his generosity. It's true that $100 is a lot of money for someone in Simmons' position, but to Trump, it's meaningless, according to the Brennan Center. But he has $3 billion, blah, blah, blah. It might help if Democrats, progressives, or anyone that is troubled by or outraged by the DoorDash grandma stunt to be more outspoken about the foul class politics this bit of Donald Trump's
that's the sad
realities.
part. If this story isn't about her being fake, people shouldn't have to do this for health care.
That's what I screamed about when I watched it. I was like, we need to have a system that doesn't have grandparents running around delivering hamburgers to other poor people. Because I don't know if you've noticed, I've done DoorDash. I've been on ride-alongs with my old lady as she does it, and I've done it myself. It's poor people ordering food, and a poor person delivers it. And then that poor person who ordered the food is going to go drive Uber on Tuesday. And that's so that they can pay for their food delivery on Wednesday, and then that's delivered by a poor person. And then that poor person is going to go to a regular job and work their ass off for a gigantic company that's going to steal all their tips and steal all their wages and do everything they can to pay them as little as possible. That's part of the problem. Maybe that's what we should be upset about, not the fact that she has been in this stuff before, and that's fine. If she's also a deep state plant, we should yell at both. We can be upset about 2 things at once. I believe in us. But yeah, this is just the thing I was talking about, the fact that old people have to work so hard even after they retire so that they can survive. And you'll have 90-year-olds very soon who are delivering DoorDash and driving Uber so that they can make ends meet, maybe making OnlyFans pages. I'm not going to click on it, but somebody might, so that they can make things get by. So they can make ends meet. All right. So that's what I thought it was. I thought maybe it was something scarier. She was a secret monster or something like that. I don't know. So I think that's all of the silly fun things, let's get into the main event. Here we go. Dun, 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 Iran. All right, let's talk about today's title. It's a good title, I think. I think I did a very good job. Donald and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad deal. The Iran deal is a mess. Nobody knows what's in it. Trump doesn't know what's in it. The Iranian people don't know what's in it. Is the Hormuz Strait open? Yes and no and maybe, and everybody says that it is and isn't. Is there a blockade? Yeah, but you're free to go through, and no, there's no blockade, and yes, we're stopping everybody who goes through. It doesn't make any sense. There's no solid narrative. There's no understanding of what actually is happening. You cannot have a objective grasp of what is happening in Iran with the Strait of Hormuz right now. Let's look at some CNN reporting. There we go. Freudian slip. Trump's gaffe catches the eye of CNN's Erin Burnett. So she's got her tinfoil hat on. Editor Waldo, put a tinfoil hat on this lady. So what does she have to say? She's got her tinfoil hat on. Let's read it. Anchor Burnett zeroed in on a striking moment during the President Donald Trump's latest remarks on Iran. And even the latest remarks aren't the latest remarks because this came out like yesterday, and he makes 17 more remarks every day. And so you can't ever get the latest remarks, because by the time you read the latest remarks, he'll have made another one, and it'll disregard the one that happened before. Anyway, he was calling out what she describes as a telling misstep. Trump claims everything is back to normal. He said Iran is just announced that the Strait of Iran. Interesting. That's interesting. I guess he just gave them the strait. Yeah, exactly. He did. He made it theirs. Ostensibly, he meant Hormuz, which is fully open and ready for full passage. Thank you. It's a Freudian slip here. He gave it to them. He made it theirs. President of the United States made 7 claims all in 1 hour, all 7 of which were false. And then Tehran went on to contradict President Trump's on crucial key sticking points. Now, this is the important part. In an hour, Donald Trump said 7 things, all of which were false. And then Iran picks what they want to be true and tells you what their points are. It's liars lying about liars on lying media. It doesn't make any sense, and there's nothing that anybody can nail down as being correct or factual. Burnett also highlighted confusion surrounding Trump's repeated reference to nuclear dust. It's a bit unclear if Trump means by nuclear dust. She then cited a blunt assessment from a former nuclear inspector. If he can't get his arms around highly enriched uranium, he looks like an idiot, but there's no such thing as nuclear dust. Okay, so there's apparently no such thing as nuclear dust. There might be enriched uranium, which got blown up and is in tiny little bits and pieces right now. But again, it's madness. Somebody's telling him within his cabinet or something like that there's nuclear dust, and they're going to use that nuclear dust. They're going to sift it. They're going to go. The evil Iranians are going to go to the place that we bombed, and they're going to drag all the dirt up, and they're going to sift the dirt, 6-7 the dirt, and then they're going to bring all of the nuclear dust out of it, and then they're going to put that into a bomb, and they're going to blow us up. Nonsense. That's insane. Is there something there that you could recapture? Maybe. But like we would know they're doing it because we have satellites and we can watch them do it. But Donnie wants all that nuclear dust. He wants it. Nuclear dust. Got to be had. Because he doesn't know what it is. He doesn't understand what anything is. Again, just like the silly jokes that we started at the beginning, he doesn't know what anything is. His brain don't work. He says nuclear dust and the people cheer. And so he's like, oh yeah, nuclear dust, nuclear dust, nuclear dust. We're going to get the nuclear dust. They can't have nuclear dust. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know where it comes from. He doesn't know what it means. So I think that's all of her thing, because Iran has told mediators it will continue to limit the number of ships allowed to cross the Strait of Hormuz and charge tolls for the remaining period of the ceasefire. Officials familiar with the matter said. Again, officials familiar with the matter are all saying 78 different things. There is no one correct, factual statement that anybody can make about anything that is happening there that isn't immediately contradicted by some sort of official familiar with the matter. There are officials familiar with the matter that are going to discredit this sentence. No one knows what's going on there. Mass hysteria, mass confusion, mass manipulation of the media, the talking points, social media. Nothing is true. Everything is a fucking wreck. And it's just going to lead to more confusion, more chaos. Donald Trump is the chaos president. Everything he does is fucking chaotic. None of it makes any sense. None of it is true. None of it is based on anything other than his own word. And his word will change tomorrow from what it was yesterday. Just sheer insanity. Random number generator president. That's all he is. Random number generator president. So this guy's saying that they will continue to do the tolls, but again, maybe they do, maybe they don't. The U.S. is considering a $20 billion cash for uranium deal with Iran. This is the part that makes me the most angry. He's going to give $20 billion of your dollars. You, American taxpayer, are going to pay your taxes, and Donnie's going to give it to Iran. The conservatives were so angry about this 10 years ago when Obama allowed them to take their money out of a bank. They screamed bloody murder that Obama was giving them $1 billion. It was their dollars. The country of Iran put it in a bank. It was their money. And we froze it to have political leverage over them and say, if you want your money, you're going to act right. So that's part of the negotiations. We allowed them, under the promise that they would act right, to have that money that they put in there. And that was a hell-worthy trespass. I think Sean Hannity screamed about it for years. I think I got a video of him doing it. Maybe this video is him doing it. And if it isn't, then we'll cut it out. Let's watch a horrible, damn it, internet thing from 10
consequences.
years ago.
For example, here's what Iran will be getting out of this so-called nuclear agreement. According to reports, Iran will have access to $150 billion in assets after the sanctions are lifted. By the way, that's the equivalent, based on their size of their economy, to $8 trillion US. Within 8 years, the rogue regime will be able to buy
None of that's true. He's making shit up. He's making up numbers. He's a conservative. They're allowed to make up numbers.
ballistic missiles, and within 5 years it can purchase conventional weapons. Iran is also given the power to delay inspections of a suspected nuclear site for 24 days under this deal. And despite all of that, the president has launched an all-out attack against his critics of this disastrous deal. Take a look.
God, what a mistake that would be. Give them a bunch of money and then attack the people who disagree with you. God, how dare Obama give them money and then attack his critics. What a disgusting monster Obama is for giving them a bunch of money and then attacking the people who talk shit about him. Unbelievable. No one would ever do that. No possible way would a Republican ever do exactly that. Christ almighty. Donald Trump is attacking the Pope right now. He's attacking the Pope for being anti-war and anti-murder. Oh, it would be more funny if this weren't literally true and correct and happening. So let's keep watching this little bit right here. See if we can.
I believe it would be irresponsible to walk away from this deal. The same politicians and pundits that are so quick to reject the possibility of a diplomatic solution to Iran's nuclear program are the same folks who were so quick to go to war in Iraq and said it would take a few months. It's those hardliners chanting death to America who've been most opposed to the deal.
He's right.
They're making common cause with the Republican caucus before Congress even read it. A majority of Republicans declared their virulent opposition.
Correct. Christ almighty. He just keeps showing correct things. And then he's going to piss and moan
Lobbyists
about
and pundits were suddenly transformed into armchair nuclear scientists.
We're back with former Vice President Dick Cheney, his daughter Liz. Okay.
But because of the color of his skin. They think that it's poisonous, madness, insanity. They didn't hear any of the words. Fox News viewers didn't hear any of those words. No. All they saw was a black guy in a suit talking in front of a microphone, and that fucking irritated the shit out of them. Irritated them enough to fucking destroy the entire goddamn country. All right.
His daughter Liz. Okay. The Iranians get $150 billion. They're the number one state sponsor of terror. They negotiated this deal declaring that the destruction of Israel is non-negotiable. America stayed at the table.
None of that's true. None of that fucking happened. The destruction of Israel is non-negotiable. We must destroy Israel, and that's their sticking point. None of that made it to the fucking final plan. None of that made it into the JCPOA. You can read what's in the fucking JCPOA, and he's exaggerating and making shit up. It's fun because they just get to make shit up. It's great. But giving them money and giving them power is bad when President Blackenstein does it. But when President Orangestein does it, when Trump does it, that's fine. That's awesome. That's great, you see, because then they'll be our friends. Only everything is worse. Oh, jeebus, man. Okay. Let's keep reading these things. We have another one of those. Because it's, again, a fucking mess. Iran tightens control of the Strait of Hormuz. This was April 17th, so yesterday. They said that they're tightening it and they're controlling who gets to go through. On, let's see, what is this one? This one's 2 hours ago. Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz once again and starts firing on tankers. Because again, there is no correct, it's open for 5 minutes, then it's closed for 5 minutes, then open for 5 minutes, then it's closed for 5 minutes. And it doesn't matter. Here's Donald on the 17th, yesterday, saying Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again. It will no longer be used as a weapon against the world. Except they did it the very next day. Boss, this doesn't make any sense. Iran's military says strait is closed again, prompting ships to turn back. Again, he's not talking to them. They're not talking to him. There is no negotiation happening. There's no meetings. There is no talking. And both are telling propaganda mills what they want to be true, hoping that it will be true. The U.S. military, I don't know where this one came from, is preparing to, in coming days, board Iran-linked oil tankers and seize commercial ships in international waters, according to the U.S. officials, expanding its naval crackdown beyond the Middle East. So again, this is from the Wall Street Journal, and officials, according to U.S. officials, again, insanity. No one knows if any of this is true. It's impossible to even have opinions and make intelligent choices if everything is horseshit. Madness and chaos is all that's going on, and there is no one at the wheel. No one is paying attention to these things. No one is driving the negotiations. Trump's team is just filled with lying criminals, and the Iran side, the Iran officials are also lying criminals. And so the lying criminals just keep lying and criming at each other, and it doesn't make any sense, and it is just absolute fucking bedlam and chaos. I mentioned Obama's peace plan a few minutes ago, and what actually happened with the JCPOA was that he unfroze $1.7 billion of their money. It was their money, and it did not come from the American taxpayer, so it cost us nothing. Iran gave us their nuclear enrichment materials. They gave it to us. They handed it over willingly, straight to America, and we took it. It wasn't a hypothetical agreement like all these Trump plans that seem to fall apart after an afternoon. They literally gave us their stuff, and they only had the low-level stuff for making nuclear reactors, power plants. They agreed to the inspections of those nuclear plants, somewhat on surprise. Sometimes they wanted 24 days to hide shit, but eventually the JCPOA said, no, you only get like a day of notice before we get there. And so the UN inspectors could stop by and check to make sure you're not building a nuclear weapon. Trump's plan, however, will give them $20 billion of your dollars, American taxpayer dollars. Can't wait for fucking Sean Hannity to try and spin that one. After a decade of every conservative screeching about the $1 billion Obama gave them and calling it $150 billion, $1 trillion, Fuck it, $1 trillion. Let's just call it a fucking trillion. We just make numbers up on the conservative side. Fox News just gets to make up whatever goddamn numbers they fucking want, and it's fine. Everybody likes it, and then they all clap and cheer. Trump is gonna lie and actually give them $20 billion. And what do we get in return? Voluntary honor system that they won't build a nuclear weapon. Trust me, bro. We're totally not going to build a nuclear weapon. Trust me, says Iran. We're not going to do it. We're not. You're going to give us $20 billion and like no inspectors and no checks and no investigations. Just trust me, bro. Donnie trusts their word, except that he called them the terrorist regime of Iran in a tweet yesterday. He totally trusts them that they will keep their word. And of course they won't. No, of course they shouldn't. They fucking shouldn't. They should take every single fucking dollar that they can get and build a nuclear weapon. That's what they should fucking do. It's the only thing that'll keep Trump from bombing them again. Is if they already have a nuclear weapon. It's the only thing to stop the next Republican president from just bombing them willy-nilly. Is if they do have a nuclear weapon. It's the only thing that can keep them safe from insane Republicans. John McCain wanted to bomb them in 2007 or something. He wanted to bomb them just because that's what Republicans do. They want to bomb Islamic countries. That fucking gets them off. It's like their whole deal. They got nothing else. They got no plans. Maybe they got 2 plans. They got tax cuts and they got bombing Iran. Bombing Islamic countries. That's the only thing that Republicans have. That's the only thing they do. It's the only thing they want. It's the only promise that they can ever keep is those two. Okay. That's all they have. So what prevents Iran from being bombed? How does Iran, because they are people, they do understand how games are played. They recognize that they exist within the planet. I know Republicans think them some sort of troglodyte, cave people, terrorist monsters that don't love their children, but they are humans. I know the Republicans don't like that idea. They don't like that fucking thought, but they're humans. What do they want? They want to not be bombed. How do they do that? Well, they have a nuclear weapon. That's how they prevent it. That's why they want one. They are going to have, because of Donald Trump, a more hardcore, more extremist government. Killing the previous leader and replacing him with his son was a mistake. The son is more dangerous, more of an extremist, more of a religious hardliner. And he will be harder on the protesters. No, the 30,000 protesters got killed. Yeah, that's bad and that's wrong. But you're making it worse. This very bad, no good deal will make that problem worse. The new guy will be harder on those protesters. He will kill more of them if they even bother to try. Because they may not even try. They may recognize that it ain't going to do no damn good. So they don't even try. More of them will die if they do try. And the ones that do will have a smaller chance for peaceful change in their country. We have made everything in that country worse. Iran will now have more power over the strait. He called it the Strait of Iran. They noticed. They know. The IRGC is going to be in complete control of who is allowed to pass through that little strait right there. Let's bring up the map. Let's look at the map. I'm the map. There's the map. Now, the very thin little spot right there, where it says Hormuz, that's very small. There's very little navigable water right there. So if you go into Saudi Arabia, imagine there's a Saudi Arabian oil plant over here, and they put it on the ship, and then the ship goes out, and the ship starts sailing, and it comes out over here, and then it gets right there. Iran can bomb you and or board you and or charge you a damn toll. They are going to do that. Anybody that tries to sneak through will be attacked or robbed or destroyed, or maybe even just boarded, and then they take a bunch of money, or they demand a bunch of money. Iran is going to do that because now they can. It's all theirs now. The entire Persian Gulf is theirs now. They had, what would you call, I guess, territorial arguments with Saudi Arabia and the UAE and Kuwait and shit like that. But they all were in a very complicated stress. Iran wanted control, but they wouldn't give it to them. Saudi has given Iran total control of the entire Persian Gulf. Whole thing belongs to Iran now. Especially because the deal doesn't make any damn sense. We have, if UAE was our ally, they're not going to be after this deal goes through. If Saudi Arabia was our ally, they're not going to be after this deal goes through. They're going to be very pissed off because we have turned all of this water into Iranian territory. We're also doing a blockade sometimes, or we're not, or we are, nobody fucking knows, in the Arabian Sea down here. So this is the blockade that Trump was talking about. He's not in here in the Strait. No. Then we'll get bombed by Iran. We'll get hit by their drones. We'll get shot by their missiles. So we're out in the Arabian Sea doing a police barricade.
Art of the deal.
Yeah.
America back.
Exactly. Art of the deal. So Iran controls who passes through the Strait, and America controls who passes through the Arabian Sea because we have more boats and they're bigger and we can stretch it across the entire thing here. So there's 2 blockades happening. 2. There's one from Iran in the Strait and there's one from America in the Arabian Sea. And so anybody who makes a deal with Iran to go through, probably China, probably Japan, they will talk to the Iranian officials, say, hey, we need the oil. We're going to send a tanker in, get the oil from Iran, and then it's going to come out, and we'll pay your $2 million toll. We don't mind. It's good. It's still good business for us. And then it'll come out and it'll come to us. You also have to go through the American blockade, both in and out. And the Americans might say, no, Japan, you are not allowed to send your ship in there. And then Japan will be like, we made a deal with Iran. And America will be like, yeah, so fuck what? Who cares? Get the fuck out of here. What's that? China? You made a deal with Iran to send your boat in? Well, you didn't make you didn't make a deal with America.
MMW, there will always be a toll now.
Yes, absolutely. There will always be a toll from possibly 2 different people. Oh, is it a bark boy break? Oh, it's time for a Bobo break. It's Bobo time. Hello, Bo. I got a doggy delivered to me. Doggy delivery service. It's very nice. Say hello to the people, Bobo. What do you think about the toll, Bo? Oh, okay. Interesting. Do you think Iran has more power or less after this? Okay. Interesting. Good thoughts. Thanks, Bo. You're adding a lot to the conversation. If you think I'm great, say nothing, Bo. Okay, good. Yeah. All right. Hi. Bye. He doesn't want to be here. He doesn't. Whoa. Come on. There we go. And he's off. I just had to hold him for a sec while they opened the doors and did stuff downstairs. Anyway, back to the news. I think you're right, Killer Mac. There will always be a toll, either from Iran or us, the U.S., as we control the Arabian Sea. So there's 2 blockades now. There's 2. You have to get in through America. You have to get in through Iran. Then you have to load up, and then you have to come back out, and you have to get out through Iran, and you have to get out through America. And in that time, imagine if that took you an entire 3 days to accomplish. How many changes within this situation would happen within those 3 days? You could have 17 different political landslides in those 3 days that it took you to load up. And that's if it only takes you 3 days. It might take longer. I don't know how long it takes for a damn tanker to get through the Arabian Sea, through the Strait, dock, fill up, get your crew back on board, and then head out and then get back to the Arabian Sea. That might be a weeks-long endeavor. And how many closings, openings will happen in that 3 weeks? You don't fucking know. This is insanity. No one is in charge. No one is driving this boat. Where did I leave off? The IRGC is absolutely going to be in complete control of who is allowed to pass and what
Because
tolls or
everything
bribes.
takes so long, we still haven't seen the full impact, and recovery will take even longer.
Absolutely. And that's if we don't take something up tomorrow. Because tomorrow, Donnie will say something else that will juice the market or crash the market. And then the day after that, because the market crashed and or juiced on Monday, he'll have to do the opposite on Tuesday. And then have to do the opposite of that on Wednesday. Chaos. Random number generator would be a more acceptable precedent. Yeah, they're going to keep doing the tolls. They're going to keep extorting other countries to use the damn thing. They are more powerful than they were 2 months ago. Iran is more powerful today than they were 2 months ago. Donald made that happen. Trump made them the central power within the entire Persian Gulf. The entire thing. They are now in charge. They are now much more powerful and much more wealthy than they used to be. Then there's the $20 billion that we might be giving them. More money from selling oil because they're going to sell more of it, and they're going to take tolls, and they're going to get $20 billion American dollars. So they're going to be absolutely rolling in the dough. That means more money for Hamas and the Houthis and the Hezbollah. More money for rockets, more money for funding proxy rebels across the entire Middle East, more money for becoming a nuclear state. And the worst part is that Trump is too stupid to know that he has done a terrible job here. And his fans are too stupid to understand any of the stuff that I've been talking about today. He and they will just go on claiming complete victory. And it's that stupid old joke about playing chess with a pigeon. You never want to play chess with a pigeon because they don't know the rules. They'll knock over the pieces, they'll shit on the board, and then fly away claiming victory. Trump has done exactly that. He did not know what the JCPOA, Obama's plan, did. He did not know the delicate balance of power between all of these countries. He didn't know the delicate state of the region and who was allowed to do what. It was open and it was free 2 months ago. It's not anymore. It's more dangerous and more expensive to go through there now because of his actions. And then he launched the bombs because he doesn't know what the rules are. He doesn't know what's going on. He made error after error. And now his adversary is enriched, empowered, and emboldened. He will go on television and claim victory. He already has. Donnie has several times gone on TV claiming victory, that he has won this war and that it's over and it's all just about paperwork now. But also, we might bomb them again tomorrow. And also, everybody gave him everything he wanted, and he got all the stuff he wanted. And then they say, no, that none of that's true, and the strait will never be closed again, and it's closed. And he'll still go onto the television and tell you that he won and everything's great. I did it. I stopped the Iran war. I created peace in the Middle East. I stopped the nuclear annihilation of the entire planet. No other president could have made this deal. And that last bit is a little bit true. No other president would be stupid enough to make this deal. And his fans in the right-wing media are, are going to throw him a damn parade, singing his praises, calling again and again for him to get the Nobel Peace Prize. His MAGA chuds will, for the next decade, be telling me that Trump stopped all the violence, okay? He did it. He stopped all the violence over there in the Middle East. They were crazy. They were acting up, and he put it down. He stopped it. And the violence will not be stopped. They will still be bombing people. People will still be doing terrorism. Hamas and the Houthis will still be doing even more than they were before. The violence will increase, and red hat morons will come onto my stream. They'll come into my chat. They'll come into my comments and tell me that violence has gone down because Donnie told them it did. It went down. No, he just lies and makes up numbers. So we have that to look forward to. It's going to be great when Donnie runs for his third term in 30? No, it's 28. when he runs for his third term in 28, he will tell you that he stopped the Iran war, and that's why you should vote for him. And that's why he should be allowed to be a 3-term president, because he's the best president ever. Nobody else. 47 years, he said, of violence from Iran, and he stopped it. And it won't be true. Just by ignoring Obama's JCPOA would have led to a better world. Iran would be a closer ally, more stable, less extreme. Their people would be closer to a cultural revolution that could unseat their theocracy. They might be a decade or more away from a nuke, but in that time, they would become a normal, functioning country that's closer to looking like what America is supposed to be and stand for. That is what the JCPOA did. That's what it was supposed to do. Help them through their awkward adolescent years to emerge a functioning adult country. I have made this analogy before, but there are 2 tables at the United Nations. The kids table, where Iran and most of the other countries are, that don't have nukes. And then there's an adult country. There's an adult table. There's a kids table and an adult table. At the adults table is where all the countries that have nukes are. You don't get to the adults table without them. It's a shit system, and that's the way it has kind of naturally formed. I'm not happy about it, and I don't suggest that we ought to be doing that, but that's the way it works. There's 2 tiers. Shit countries that don't have nukes, and important, very serious countries that are listened to and paid attention to and respected that do. That is the 2 tiers at the United Nations. Sorry, that's the way it works. The Iranian government knows this too, because they're not stupid. So they want to be at the adult table. They want to be at the important table with all the people who are respected. So they are about to spend all of the money we give them, all of the money that that they get through bribes and tolls, all of the money that they make from selling that oil to get those nukes. Donnie's promise that they can never have a nuclear weapon, they can never have nuclear, is what he says, is antithetical to giving them $20 billion and more power over the waterways. Those 2 things don't match. If you give them more power, more money, and relieve their sanctions, they will rush to a nuclear weapon to stop you from bombing them again. Obviously. Clearly. How does he not see this? Well, maybe he does. Our first option that I've been discussing is that Donnie's just an idiot. He's stupid. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's chaotic. He's a complete, utter lunatic who doesn't know what's going on. That's fine. But did he just make the worst deal in history because he's an idiot? Maybe. But if perhaps you were cynical bastard, or you wear a tinfoil hat, you might think he did this on purpose. Now, why would he make the world's worst deal on purpose? Well, 6 months from now, as the midterms draw near, he will turn on them again. Suddenly, intelligence will suggest that Iran spent the money that we gave them to buy nuclear material. Oh my God. Folks, Iran used the money that we gave them. They promised they would not build a nuclear weapon, but with the money they got and the tolls and all the money they got from selling their oil, now they spent all that on acquiring a nuclear weapon, which means we need to bomb them again. And we will bomb them again in October. That's 6 months from now. We will bomb them again in October, right before the elections. And because of all that money and power that they got, they'll also hack the 2026 midterms. Sorry, the 2026 midterms will be hacked by Iran. And that will lead Donnie to say, oh, well, we can't trust any of the ballots. We're going to have to close these polling places. We're going to have to take control of these polling places. We're going to have to send the FBI, led by Kash Patel. Sorry. We're going to have to send the FBI, led by Kash Patel, into these polling districts, into these polling places, and steal the votes. Not steal. So we're going to have to confiscate the votes. And then we are going to have to read them and count them and let you know who won the elections. This is the dangerous part. This is the wild conspiracy theorist part. That's why I have the hat. Coming this summer, it's spring now, but summertime, September, at the end of summer. So I'm sorry, fall, September, October, we will hear that Iran spent that money and they spent all of their stuff trying to hack the 2026 midterms. And Donald will simply not cancel them, but manipulate them. He'll steal the ballots. He'll bring it back to the federal government. He'll tell you that the whole thing's been poisoned by Iran and the Democrats have made a deal with them, cheating. And when the Democrats, who should have won, sue, he might arrest them. I'm telling you, man, he's going to start arresting people during this midterm. Arresting people. Because he knows that he might get impeached if they win. If the blue team wins, he has a chance of being impeached. And if he's impeached, he will be subject to law again. And people are going to try and put him in jail. Somebody's going to try and arrest him. Somebody's going to try and prosecute him, possibly. If we're lucky, he gets prosecuted. That would be lovely. But I have a feeling that we won't get that either. But yeah, that's the thing that he worries about the most is Democrats winning in the midterms. So he needs to stop it. How does he stop it? War powers. Iran is attacking us. Iran is stealing from us. Iran is hacking us. We can't trust the Democrats because they're in league with Iran. They said nice things about the Pope, so we can't trust them. So they need to be arrested. They need to be investigated. We have to investigate and make sure this election went exactly the way we wanted it to go. Because if it didn't, then it was robbed, it was stolen. He still lies constantly. When he was on TV just the other day, standing next to that DoorDash lady, he said that the 2020 election was rigged. And he's a liar. It wasn't. That's a lie. He's going to tell you that the 26th election is rigged. And he's going to be in a position to break it, to steal it, to send federal agents in to confiscate votes and then tell you whatever the hell he wants to tell you. He's going to tell you who won. And you don't get to count them. No, they're not going to count the votes. He's going to tell you who wins. Because he knows. And at that point, Democrats start getting arrested. Democrat senators are not going to stand for it. The Democrat people who are running, who lost, are not going to stand for it. And they are going to start protesting and standing up and saying, no, this isn't allowed. This isn't acceptable. Chuck Schumer is going to write a sternly worded letter and beg for more money through fundraising emails. And I don't think that the people are going to be okay with that. Especially if we get footage of like ICE agents tear gassing people at polling stations, which will happen, I think, whether this Iran thing happens or not. If this whole Iran thing has died down entirely and doesn't come up in October, I'd be surprised. But I still think that the ICE agents are going to be there asking for people's papers, demanding to see them. And when they get a little bit of attitude back, they're going to start pepper spraying and tear gassing American people. And that's going to lead to lots of people being upset, not being able to trust what the election results are. Because the right will hop on and say, hey, you can't trust those election results. That's why ICE was there. Look at ICE. ICE went there and found illegals. And that's who they were tear gassing, all them illegal voters. And then the Dems are going to be like, no, those were actual Americans who were allowed to vote, and you stopped them from voting because you're a tyrant. Donald Trump is a tyrant. So that is what I'm expecting to happen. Is that how we leave it? Maybe. So we still have to wait for another couple of months to find out how this goes down. The Iran situation changes every day. You can't even keep up with it. I can't keep up with it. And I pay attention to the news every damn day, and I can't keep up with that shit. It's a mess. It's absolute chaos. It's bedlam. It doesn't make any sense. There is no one you can trust to report it to you. You look at 17 different things, 17 different outlets, and you got 17 different stories telling 17 different narratives and 17 different facts because it is all chaos right now. It's all talk. And there's no way to know what's going on. So it's impossible to judge what's going to happen tomorrow. But those are just my ideas on what might happen in the future. Let's close all the Iran stuff. What else do we got to talk about today? Anything else? If we got nothing else, I might just play Diablo and let chat. Well, let's look at this. Kash Patel, the podcaster who is in charge of the FBI right now, is apparently just spending all your tax money on booze and flights for his girlfriend. Let's see. Patel's alleged drinking makes him a national security vulnerability, concerned officials say it, because he's just acting like a lunatic because he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't belong there. He shouldn't be in charge of the FBI, but he is, and he doesn't know how to do it. And so that's very stressful. So he has to drink a lot. Also, his country singer, young white girlfriend, needs to live the high life, okay? And she can only live the high life. She can only be a jet-setting, young, attractive person bouncing around the globe if Kash Patel gives her that. And if he doesn't give her that, she's going to leave him and go find someone who will. That's the other thing that I think. This is my personal idea about what he is doing and why. He needs to keep her and her high maintenance maintained. And he can't do that if Donald Trump gets impeached, if Donald Trump fires him for doing a bad job, because he's doing a bad job. He is doing a terrible job. It's just that Trump wants the FBI to do a terrible job. He doesn't like them. He doesn't want cops investigating crimes. No, he wants a Gestapo to investigate his enemies. That's why he's put Patel there, to create a fake crime investigation into the people that Donnie hates. So that's why he's there. And that's very stressful, and that makes him drink. So that's not a surprise. And then internet erupts over explosive Kash Patel report. They really got a Bluto in charge. FBI Director Kash Patel is the subject of an explosive article in the Atlantic on Friday, accusing him of being a problem drinker, frequently absent from his duties, whose paranoid outbursts border on being a national security threat. Patel has broadly denied these allegations as an FBI communications official threatened to sue over the story. So he's insane and doesn't know what he's doing, and he's a piece of shit. So, but that's what he is there for. That's why they kept him there. And then this story is going to be a big deal someday soon. Trump is literally negotiating with himself over how much taxpayer money he gets because his taxes were leaked. Back in January, we covered Trump's audacious lawsuit demanding $10 billion from his own IRS because the 2019-20 leak of his tax returns by IRS contractor Charles Littlejohn, who is currently serving a 5-year prison sentence for the leak, meaning the system that Trump claims failed him actually worked just fine. So, Charles Littlejohn leaked Trump's taxes because he worked at the IRS so that the people will know what his taxes say. This means that Charles Littlejohn goes to jail. Trump then sues the IRS for $10 billion taxpayer dollars. Why would he do that? Because he hates you and wants to steal your money. Donald Trump is a thief. He's always been a thief. That's been his entire career. He just steals shit. He charges shit. He doesn't pay it back. He cheats on his taxes. He cheats at golf. He steals everything he can from his employees. He lies, cheats, and steals all day long. He wants to steal Greenland. He wants to steal Panama Canal. He wants to steal parts of Canada. He wants to steal parts of Mexico. He just wants to take things. He stole oil from Venezuela. We kidnapped their president, killed a bunch of Cuban guards, well, some Cuban guards, stole their tanker full of oil, and just sold it, and he kept the money. He's a thief. He's a criminal. That's all he's ever been his entire life, is a damned criminal. We probably shouldn't hire criminals to be the president. Seems like a bad play to me, but the people in America don't agree with me, apparently. They like criminal presidents because that criminal president tells them what they want to hear. And we can look forward to him stealing $10 billion from taxpayers. So that's going to be great. And afterward, they're going to blame this on Obama somehow. I don't know how they're going to blame it on Obama, but they will. So that's about all the news I've got for today. I'm going to leave chat open. The robot lady is still on. So if you've got anything to talk about, please let me know. Tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling. How much will he steal? Will he get away with it? All that kind of stuff. And then we can keep talking. We keep jabbering. I'm going to just keep rambling as I play Diablo. So please stick around for that. Get silly in chat by all means. Do some fun stuff. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. Ask me random political questions. Tell me about what your wildest political idea is. What crazy position do you hold that nobody else does? And then we can debate it. We can argue it. We can talk some shit while I play Diablo. It's a fun time. So, yeah, I'm going to turn the good long rant there about Iran into a YouTube video. Probably publish that on Monday. So if you're watching or you don't have time to make it to the live streams, you can always watch the best bits of it over on the YouTube videos. I take the good parts, I trim it down, I put I take out all the uhs and the ums and the stuttering, and then put some charming bass music underneath it, unless it's not charming. By all means, tell me if that music sucks. I don't understand music most times, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm really bad at it. Bam, let's do that. Let's go to web view. Let's turn off the web capture. Turn on the game. Now, finger flicks. Finger flicks. Oh, I crashed the whole stream? I might have crashed the whole damn thing. Finger flicks. There we go. I knew it would work. It will work eventually if you keep finger flicking for eternity. Doesn't matter. So yeah, tell me what you think the current state of the Strait of Hormuz is. Is it open? Is it closed? Is it Schrodinger's Strait that no one can ever know?
What do you need?
So many demons and talking to people. So yeah, that's my guesstimates on what the future will hold. The 26 midterms are the big deal. A lot of things are going to happen before then. A lot of things will happen at them, and depending on what happens and when and by who, charts the course for the rest of this country. If things get crazy, then it's going to get crazy there. And if we do a bad job taking care of it, then everybody's going to suffer. Oops, wrong button. Where's the volume of this game? I guess I turned it all the way down, didn't I? Or maybe my headphones turned off because I haven't used them. I turned the headphones off. There we go. Now it's too loud. I suck at this. There we go. That's better. Okay. Ding, because yeah, I need to hear those dings. Do you guys think that things will go better or worse with Iran? Are we getting better? Is it going to make any difference? Who's right? Who's wrong? Who's next? Are we going to turn on Cuba next? Because I do think we will turn on Cuba at some point. I think at some point soon we will turn on Cuba. And we'll do the same thing. And it won't make any sense, and it will be a complete and total mess. It'll be an entire nightmare mess that will not make any kind of sense. It'll be exactly like Iraq. Exactly. Or like Iran right now. It won't make any sense. They'll lie, and everybody in charge will lie. And Donnie will make a bunch of shit up, and he'll tell you that it's over, and then we'll have to bomb them again 2 weeks later. It just won't ever end. And he'll just keep bouncing around from one of these things to the next. Forever. Until the midterm elections, where he takes complete control over the whole damn thing. That was a hung skeleton. Big old dick. All right. I mean, good news. I've been doing pretty well on YouTube lately. I just had my best video ever with the enshittification video, and then the Melania video went pretty well. Got about 1,000 videos or views on that. That's pretty good. A couple of extra subs. I'm up to 430 subs, I think. 50% of the data center construction is delayed or canceled. Lots of indicators showing the bubble will pop in 0 to 2 years. Donnie can't manipulate everything, and there are too many variables. What does he do when we are in our worst recession in memorable history due to AI pop? He will blame Joe Biden immediately. It was Joe Biden that did this. This is Joe Biden's inflation that you're seeing. Or maybe even Iran. The Joe Biden excuse is running a little thin, so he'll blame it on Iran as well. Iran ruined these AI companies. Iran and Cuba caused the stock market to collapse. It's not going to make any sense, and it won't matter. But his fans will like it and like the words that he's saying, so they'll blame the wrong people as usual. The billionaires who ruined the economy will be given tax cuts, and the poor people who suffer will have to suffer some more and pay to fix it. That is what usually happens for Republicans. That's their modus operandi. It's how they like the world to work. And I think that the AI bubble will be popping soon. I mean, you're right about the data centers closing or being unpopular, and so lots of people are like protesting them. And one guy even shot up at his started shooting at the town city rep at his house. It was a story that I saw. He just fired into the home, into the front door, and then left a note that said no data center. I don't know if they found him. They might have. I'll have to check on that. But yeah, people are very unhappy with those things. And I agree that they're if that's what they need to make AI work, then AI ain't worth it.
Google and China are making local AI hosting easier and easier. The only thing they'll need data centers for are niche power users and training. They just won't need nearly as much as they thought.
And that's great. That's fine. Make it easier. Make it smaller. Make it work. I'm not entirely against the AI. I'm just against the way that
means
they're
Sam
using it.
Altman probably goes to jail.
Why is he going to go to jail? Did he commit a crime? Or did he mislead the investors? I'm okay with him going to jail. I just want to know why. What are we putting him in there for?
He owes around $1 trillion and lied a lot.
Ah, okay. So yeah, he misled the investors, stole a bunch of money. Ooh. Fancy new armor. Look at that. Chainmail. And I'm sure he deserves it. He's a terrible person who's trying to make as much money as he can before he ruins the country and the world. And people who've told him that, hey, this is going to ruin everything. He's like, yeah, well, I got to make my money real quick. So he's more interested in his profit than any of the side effects. I love coming down to hell and saving the trapped souls. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like a saint.
Do you think the MAGA citizens are beginning to leave the cult?
Some of them are because of the religious stuff. When Donald insults the Pope and when he talks about scripture and stuff like that and says Jesus would do this and Jesus would do that, like, he doesn't know any of those things because he's not a Christian. He doesn't know what Jesus talked about. So some of them are getting upset with that because that little bit of reality seeps in. When the religious people hear him say those things, they get a little dose of reality. And that dose of reality is, Donnie's not a Christian. He never has been. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know what it means. He doesn't know why they're mad at him for posting the AI image of him as Jesus. He doesn't know why they're mad at him. They try and explain it to him, and then they realize the same thing that I've realized a very long time ago. You cannot explain anything to him. He doesn't understand anything. His brain doesn't work like a normal human's brain.
What about the wars and gas prices? I think maybe he's pushing too many boundaries. Religion, Epstein, war.
Yeah, and that makes the normies in the middle of abandon him. The people in the middle who barely understand what's going on. They don't know how many branches of government there are. They don't know the difference between the House and the Senate. They don't know what the Supreme Court does. They know there's a Constitution. They're not entirely sure what the hell it says. It's written in a language they can't understand. They watch football and The Masked Singer. That's my usual complaint about them. They don't know anything except the only news they hear is foreign war and gas prices. That's all they hear. That's why you see that on the stupid local news so damn often. Just foreign war, gas prices. Gas prices up, gas prices down, gas prices, foreign war. Here's what's going on with the current war that we've got in foreign country. So that's the only thing they ever hear. It's the only thing that seems to penetrate their bubble. And Donnie's bad on both of those. Trump is bad on both of those things. He promised no more foreign wars, and that was wrong. It was incorrect. He did not do that. So then they get upset with him for doing the opposite of the thing he promised to do. So that is the thing that will make the normies in the middle abandon him. And he will get fewer votes when he runs again in 28 than he got in the past couple of times. Do you guys think he's going to run in 28? It would not surprise me if he does. He does things that are illegal every day. Running for president and then getting a bunch of votes would only convince him that he's not doing anything illegal. I mean, honestly, is anything illegal if 100 people gave you a thumbs up?
That's for sure.
He's going to try, yeah. Is anything illegal, really, if 75 people click the thumbs up button on your YouTube video of you doing it? No. Can't possibly be illegal if these people are voting for him. All these people are standing around in the rain. They're standing around at the rally, and they're cheering his name, and they're holding up his merch that says Trump 28. How can that possibly be illegal? That is his logic. If you could even suggest that he has logic. I swear I was outside that. Okay. And if we're lucky, some people push against it. Some people say he's not allowed to do it. The Supreme Court will... I don't know what they'll do. They're up in the air, honestly. They want him to be able to run again. They want him to. Will they allow it? Hard to tell. They just tend to do whatever the damn hell they want. And when he files the paperwork might get shot down because there is actual like work that you have to do to be on the ballots and stuff like that. Actual paperwork has to exist, and then he will take that to court, and then it'll be a whole fucking thing, and then the news media will jump all over that shit. That's going to be a giant fucking news cycle.
6-3 no vote from SCOTUS.
And that's entirely. That's a entirely safe bet, Shinseto. It really is. They will read it. They will say, this is the thing that it says. And then 3 of them will just say, I don't care anyway. Donnie gets to do whatever he wants. Ooh, hello. Cold resist, lightning resist, fire resist, poison resist, damage resist. Oh, 13 to all resistances. What's this one? 12, 12, 12, 20. Maximum damage, cold, lightning, fire, poison. 12, 12, 12, 20. It's better than 13, 13, 13, 13. And 8 life. 4 maximum damage. Damage reduced by 2. Okay, yeah, that's better.
Alito will pull some BS out of his ass.
Oh, yeah, he'll just invent some shit. He doesn't mind. He just invents shit. Very inventive guy, Alito. He makes those judgments based on his feelings. I mean... Is there any better proof for my entire maxim? What do we call it? My ethos, my guiding principle that all politics are based on feelings? Alito proves me correct. He makes those determinations just on the way he feels. Oh wait, I've got one more. Here, don't I? The sparkling male chainmail.
He had to go back to the 1600s to justify the abortion ruling.
Yeah, and he will go back to the 1400s if he needs to. Lightning resist 30. Attackers take it. Wow, that's a cool lightning-based super thing we got going on there. Adds lightning damage, enhanced defense, lightning resist, and attacker takes lightning damage. Wow. Okay. If I were doing a Javazon build, that would be kind of fun. But I'm not. I'll put it in the stash anywho. Okay. Yeah, the court's going to be a mess for a
Why
while.
Diablo instead of Path?
I can't play Path 2 on stream. My internet is not strong enough to do it. Also, they're in the middle of their slow kind of time. They're about to, and they're at the end of their current season, which kind of gets a little boring. And then they're going to announce the next season, and the next season's probably going to start in May, I think. That's what I think. They're going to have a teaser next week, and then the week after that, they're going to have like a actual drop. Usually that's their style. They do a teaser for the next season, then they do a week later they do a like full drop of what's going to be in it, a full like 30-40 minute video of the changes and the things that are going to be in it, and then a week after that it drops. So we're about 3 weeks away from a new season, so I just don't want to play Path right now. When the new season starts, I will, and I would play it on stream, but my computer just cannot handle it. I've tried, and it just tends to fail. It gets real choppy, real buggy. And I think it's not my computer. It might be my computer. I've tried it with a better graphics card. Now that I've got one, I've got a 2070, which is still pretty damn old, but it usually does pretty well. I mean, it's playing this nice and easily. But the Path, I think, is the internet connection that I have. I think the upload and just cannot handle that with the amount of internet that Path requires. And also, I still haven't finished with this Warlock, this new Diablo 2 class. I'm on I'm on Nightmare difficulty right now. And I want to see how far I can take this guy. I'm willing to bet I can take him pretty far. He's pretty overpowered. Especially because I got some really good gear. Like, I just got real damn lucky on some of my drops. +3 to Demonic Mastery, +2 to Summon Goatman, which I love. I love the Goatmans. And then I got my Authority 3-slot rune word thing here that gives me +2 to all Warlock skills, fire resist, and the requirements is down by 15. So this one's really nice. And then I made a lower circlet with those 2 runes, +1 to all skills again, lightning resist by 30, mana after each kill. Then this guy, God, this thing's fantastic. 11 to 20 magic damage, +2 to life, cold resist 13, lightning resist 18, fire resist 13, poison resist 13, magic damage reduced by 1. And I just got this thing right here. My boots are mediocre, but they do have a 10% fast run speed, so that's nice. And some cold resist. Then rings are mediocre. Belt's real nice. Defense, strength, and dex, stuff like that. Damager takes thing. This is not the best belt for me, but it's the best I've found so far. This one's fine, and these are pretty nice. Fire resist. So I got the really good, mediocre all across the bottom, but still doing pretty well. Where the hell am I going? Maybe I'll try and stream Path of Exile again once the new league drops, but it was always pretty laggy. How the hell did that happen? All right. I don't even know what happened. Fucking shit. Where's my girl? Come on, girl. I thought my lightning resist was more than enough to handle that. Maybe I just took too many shots. Weird. That's the difficulty of these higher levels. You just randomly die and you don't even have any fucking idea why. Trapped soul, I saved you. It must be the lightning. Oh, it was probably, it might be those little red things on the ground too. Keep my distance a little bit until I get my armor back. I can't get over there from here. I have to go around. There we go. See? It's fine. Nothing to worry about. Fucking corners. It's the worst part about this fire spell that I use is that it won't go over barriers or around stuff. It just gets blocked by these little crags. See, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go past it. Bastard. Okay. Let's organize our shit back up. Boop, doop, doop. Do you guys think ICE will be at the polling stations in the midterms? I think they will. That I think is a pretty safe bet. Well, not a safe bet, but like that's what I think is going to happen. I think they are going to be there causing trouble. Trapped soul, I saved you.
Hello, my name is Bisky.
Oh, hi, Bisky. How are you? I'm playing Diablo. And ranting about the politics. You got any hot political takes for us?
Politics of what?
I don't know. Everything? Anything? Is Trump winning the war against the Pope? Or is the Pope winning in this battle that they got going on? Rune.
Well, right now I'm really into Alex O'Connor, so I guess I'm interested in Christianity.
Oh, okay. Well, Trump isn't a Christian, so that's my hot take. That's why everybody's mad at him. Just when he talks shit about the Pope and doesn't understand why everybody's
I don't like
mad.
Trump at all.
Yeah, and when he posts that photo of him looking like Jesus, that's why they're mad at him. because you're not supposed to do that. They all know you don't do that, but he doesn't know that because he's not a Christian. Never has been. Has no idea what the Bible says. Never read it. Doesn't know what's in it.
Oh, so you are Christian?
I'm not, no. I just know enough of them and know about them. And was raised as one till I got better. Wow. Let's do more life. More fire.
Oh, I see. 'Cause you will not like Alex if you are Christian.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not, and I don't know who Alex is. What's he got to say? Or tell us what you're thinking. You don't have to tell us what Alex is thinking.
Alex is an atheist.
So am I. Oops. What button did I push? Wrong button. Have been for a long time. But it's tricky because then you have to take on every single thing that they've ever said. And then people yell at you about Richard Dawkins being a jerk. And I mean, he is. Released another trapped soul. See? Very good person.
Why didn't it say it?
Sometimes if they're too long, the robot won't read it. But Bisky says, I am not an atheist. I'm actually religious. I am Sikh. But Alex is so cute that I started watching his videos, and now I kind of agree with some of his points. Okay. Whatever gets you there. So yeah, sometimes if the message is more than 3 or 4 lines, the robot won't read it all out. I don't know why that is. It's not a good robot. It was put together and installed by me, and I'm a barely functioning moron.
Mao. This is how the atheists get you.
This is how they get you, with reason and logic and beautiful, beautiful young men. That's just the devil trying to steal you away.
Temu robot.
Yeah, Timu ass robot. It's true. But I get what I pay for, which is nothing. I do not pay for the robot. I would have to pay for the robot if it does more than 1 million messages, which sounds unlikely in like a year or something like that. It doesn't.
The problem
do that
is,
many.
though, that the religious people he is debating are all so rude that I wonder if anyone actually likes them.
That is difficult with debates online, is that you're not really trying to convince the other person you're debating. You know, they're never going to change their mind. You're just trying to convince their audience. So being rude is not a good idea, because then people like Bisky will be like, hey, what? Even if you're right, you're being an ass about it.
And I don't like Jordan Peterson. He was mean to him.
Alex, he was mean to Jordan Peterson was mean to Alex. Jordan Peterson is a big old joke. He just honks at people. He did a whole spiel many years ago that really put me off of him. And absolutely, he tried to scrub from the internet. He was wearing a fedora, first of all, so bad move. Second,
Yeah, never be mean to Alex. I will immediately hate you.
Exactly. But yeah, Jordan Peterson, he put on a fedora and he was ranting about immigration, and he made some comment that if all of these other people come to America and have children with our daughters, they won't be our children. And I thought about it for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. If Jordan Peterson's daughter marries and has a child with a black guy, Jordan Peterson doesn't think it'll be his grandchild. But if she marries a white guy, it will be his grandchild. And that just laid it all out for me. I was like, okay, he doesn't think that the grandchildren of a mixed race will be his children. It'll be somebody else's children, not his. Which just blazed the whole racism thing out for him. He said that while wearing a fedora. So that's just
He also
too much.
debated Ben Shapiro, but Ben was kind of nice to him, so whatever.
Right, because Ben
What the
understands the
fool?
game. Ben understands the game. That you have to convince people to be on your side. Yeah, and by our children, he meant our race. So our children. Yeah, he's not a good guy, that Jordan Peterson.
Ben understands that being nice is good.
It's appealing to the people who are listening. He's not going to change Alex's mind. Alex is already pretty set in his ways. He's not going to change what Alex is thinking, but he might, if he's lucky, change your mind as you listen to them talk. And that's the most important thing to recognize about online debate, is that you're not trying to change the mind of the person you're talking to in front of another camera. No. You're there to steal their audience and convince their audience that they ought to be listening to Ben instead of Alex. Ben wants Alex's audience to be like, you know what? That Ben had some good points. Let's go listen to what he has to say. And that's what I'm doing to you right now. Is trying to convince you that I have important things to say. It's just that I'm upfront about it. I recognize it. I know what's going on. I think it's interesting to talk about these things online. I think it's fun for me to do, and I do it when I have the time. So, am I also doing the same thing? Yeah, but I'll tell you that I'm doing it.
Appealing. I liked Ben in that interview, but I am not Christian still.
Yeah, and neither is Ben. He's Orthodox Jewish, which is even more insane that he takes the positions that he does. But he's starting to fall out of favor with a lot of people, and maybe he'll come back
But I'm
in.
not atheist either, so I guess Alex didn't convince me either.
There you go. You can still be in the middle somewheres. It's fun. Nobody knows what's going on. But yeah, Ben is the Orthodox Jewish, and it's weird because he's supporting fascism a lot of times. But the American fascism that Donald Trump imposes upon us is usually, and was, and sometimes still is, benefiting the Israeli fascism that's happening right now as well. So it's complicated.
I can't believe you don't know him, because you would like him as an atheist.
His name is Alex. What's his last name? O'Connor. Okay, I'm looking at the chat log. Alex O'Connor. Maybe I've seen him. Maybe I haven't. I really just watch the news and anime when I'm not streaming. I check on the news. I look at the headlines and stuff like that. I figure out what's going on, and then I switch it over to anime or movies or something like that. But
I'm dead set on being Sikh, but Alex got me hooked.
okay. Well, it's still good to just find the flaws in your own understanding and stuff like that. If you're enjoying being Sikh and that makes your life better, then you should do that. But knowing that there is another world outside of you and your religion is also very helpful. It helps you understand the world. That's the thing that a lot of evangelical Christians in America don't recognize. They don't comprehend that there is a gigantic world that doesn't agree with them. They don't know that. And because they don't know that, they get into trouble when trying to impose their will, because everybody obviously agrees with them all the time in their brains. So they try and impose what is obvious to them on other people who don't want it. And that's the difficulty. Where am I supposed to be going? Where is this? What fucking quest am I on? Take Mephisto's Soulstone to the Hellforge. Where the hell is it? I swear I played this game before. Many times. But then I just forget. That's why it's fun to play over and over again. It's kind of weird because Ben never really answered some of Alex's questions. He just kept asking questions about Alex's hypothetical to the point where Ben made the hypothetical completely different. Yeah, and that's a pretty common debate bro tactic. Ben is very good at being a debate bro. You change subtly the hypotheticals. You add your own complaints about it. Oh, there's stairs down right there. You change it just slightly until it means something completely different. I'm happy with it. I never knew about atheism. The only thing I knew about atheists was that one guy being mean to me in class for being religious. Yeah, and that smug superiority does show up sometimes. That is what happened a lot on. That's why you get lay Reddit atheists or something like that. That's what I would call them. Reddit or atheists who are just way too into proving everybody else wrong, and that's no fun. You don't make any friends that way. This is an old atheist joke that goes like this. Religion should be treated like your genitals. Don't wave them around in public and don't force them down your children's throats. And I think that's the best way to do it. If you want to be religious, you can. Just don't wave it around in public and don't force it on your children. But because religion often centers on morality, what is allowed, what isn't allowed, what is okay, what is not okay, what can you do and can you not do, it often bumps heads with politics.
I thought all atheists were entitled, but I now know through Alex that some are very respectful.
Yeah, exactly. And he's doing a good job then of giving you that thought, and that's good. I like him already. Because that's what we need, is to just not be crazy, cutthroat, bloodthirsty monsters at each other. And because
and hot.
And he's gorgeous. That also a very good idea. Also a good idea to be hot. I did not take that route, but I'm glad he did. But yeah, because it often deals with morality and ethics and stuff like that, you bump into politicians all the time, into politics. I mean, politics are applied
My
ethics.
Messages are going in so slow, lol.
Maybe I blame I blame Twitch for that. I don't think it's me. I think it's Twitch to blame for that. They're probably overburdened or giving me very little bandwidth because I'm not a very important person. That's okay. The fact that I still get to stream there for free is still nice. Because they lose money on every stream of mine that they host. The amount of infrastructure it takes to just put me up versus the amount of ad revenue they get from the whopping 3 viewers I have at any given moment. It does not help them monetarily. But they do it anyway. That's very nice of them. Thank you. Thanks, Twitch.
I think atheism is interesting, but even Alex doesn't know why he wakes up in the morning. That's kind of terrifying.
Well, if this is going to sound cheesy, but follow me here. If nothing you do matters, which is the atheistic kind of stance, the only things that matter are the things you choose to do. So by choosing what you want to do, you prove what's important to you. If nobody's, there's another old expression. Character is what you do when no one's watching. So when nobody's looking at you, when your boss has gone home early and you're all alone and you could just do nothing for the next few hours, or you could just goof around, your character is proven in those points, in those times. Character is proven when no one's watching, is what you do when no one's watching. If you have a bad character, you'll do bad things when nobody's watching you. If you have a good character, then you'll do good things when no one's watching you. You'll just do whatever you want anyway. And that describes what your character is, but you can't. But then when someone starts looking at it, you start changing your character. It's very hard to pinpoint. I think ageism is, yeah. And so I kind of follow those two ideas. Like if no one is paying attention, if there is no ultimate deity looking down on me, measuring.
He is a philosopher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know many philosophers.
Yeah, philosophy is difficult and wishy-washy and hard to prove. Nobody's ever right, because you just find a philosopher who thinks something different, which means the debates never end. That's how philosophy professors get away with getting paid forever, is that nobody can ever prove them wrong. I don't know, I'm just being silly now. But yeah, if there is no ultimate deity judging the things that I'm doing, then whatever I choose proves who and what I am and what I think is important.
He is British. I like British people and their accent.
I can appreciate that too. And then those ideas are what lead me to my, I guess, bedrock political stance, is that human freedom is good. And I would like some more of it, please. There's no mathematical formula proving that human freedom is good. There's no law of physics proving that human freedom is good. But I still think it is. And so that's where I base all of my political ideas off of. Does this increase or decrease human freedom? And most of the time, your right-wing Republican types don't increase freedom. They control, they contrast, they remove.
And he is tall, and he has blue eyes. That's a plus.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to look nice to be on the TV.
Do you like Michael Knowles?
No, he's awful. He's definitely not a freedom type guy. I watched one of his videos one time and he absolutely understood everything about me, Michael Knowles. He talked about the liberals. They want you to be allowed to have an abortion whenever you want, and they want you to have to be able to wear whatever you want, and you get to be whatever gender you want, and you get to determine what kind of life you're going to live, and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's called freedom, boss. He doesn't like freedom. And Michael Knowles is definitely not a freedom guy.
I don't know if I would ever be an atheist. I am depressed already. I don't need a whole new reason to be depressed.
after that happens to all of them. Everybody who becomes an atheist gets depressed. But then you work your way through it and you realize that you actually have more freedom than you used to. And that makes you feel better. Okay, let's put some stuff in here.
No, I like being religious.
And if it's doing something for you, then keep it up. If it's not hampering your freedom and you're not having any issues with it, then by all means, go for it. But if you want to change or think that you should, then you can come to that decision as slowly or as quickly as you want to. Oh, I think I gotta actually equip this. Then hit it. I missed. Come on. There we go.
I only watch Alex because he is entertaining.
Oh, that's good. We got a rune. Just one.
I don't watch him for any other reason because I am not shallow.
I believe you. I hear what you're saying, and I totally believe you. Congratulations, hero.
I went to the dentist and it pissed me off.
Which part of the dentist? The drilling, the filling,
I hate the dentist.
The noise?
I hate the noises and the bright lights.
That makes sense. I hate going there and the tooth scraping witch tells me that I'm not brushing properly. And then I go to the doctor and he's like, "You're not eating properly." And then my parents tell me I'm not living properly. Then I go to the liquor store and the guy's like, "Nice choice." I'm like, okay, well, you're my new friend.
Lol. I'm never doing anything properly.
Exactly. Unless you go to the liquor store. And then they're like, "Hey, good job." This is a great
But what would
thing.
atheism say?
Do whatever you want. You get to choose whether or not you're doing properly or not. Unless you're harming people. Did your choice harm other people? Well, did you harm somebody else's freedom? No. Well, then you're fine. Do whatever you want.
I don't know any other good debater.
It's
Other than Parker and Dean and maybe Hassan.
Yeah. Hassan does it all the time, but it's becoming a little bit less of a important art form, and I'll tell you why. Again, this is another tinfoil hat conspiracy there. It's because the conservatives don't actually care about anything. They don't care about being right. They just say whatever they want to say, and then their flock, their fans, just repeat it, whether it's correct or not. Doesn't matter. So they don't mind saying things that are incorrect because, I mean, Donald Trump lies all the time. He just lies constantly. He still says that he won in 2020.
No. Alex does a good job at these debates.
And he's doing a good job, and he's talking to some of the people who still kind of care about what the facts are. Ben Shapiro still cares about what the facts are. He still wants to say things that are true. But a lot of the chuds, the crowd, the large crowd of people wearing red MAGA hats, they don't care what's true. They don't care if the guy in front of them says the truth or not, as long as it's benefiting their shared imagination. as long as the things that are being
Talk
said.
to Michael Knowles and Muhammad Hajib.
Okay. And yeah, Michael Knowles. I don't think
I
Michael
hate them
Knowles
both.
cares about what's real or true. He just wants control of the people. Michael Knowles wants complete control of American morality. And so when he describes what the liberals want, maybe I should do that video again. You've just reminded me, Bisky. Good job. Next stream, I'll watch what Michael Knowles says
I hated
about.
Michael because he said Alex was acting a little bit rude, but he wasn't.
Okay. I'll find that video of him telling everybody what I think, and he's right on. I mean, Michael Knowles has my number. He knows exactly what I want and why, but not why. He knows what I want, and he will describe all the liberal
He is
positions,
projecting.
literally. And he will tell you that those are bad things because that's too much freedom. Humans shouldn't have the freedom of choice. Humans shouldn't have the freedom to choose what color their hair is. Humans shouldn't be allowed to choose what is moral and what isn't, because he knows what's moral. He knows what's ethical. He has determined it, and it is now a fact what is and isn't moral, what is and isn't allowed. He will tell you those facts, and you will stick to it, or you will be harmed by the law.
Michael is like Ben, but worse.
Yeah, I agree. He talks about objective morality, and I'm telling you, there is no such thing. And that is, again, often, and I'm not saying this of Sikhism because I have no idea a single damn thing about it, but American evangelical Christianity will tell you exactly what is moral and what is not moral, and you will follow that.
He talked to Destiny. He seemed okay.
Okay. Yeah, I know Destiny is a complicated individual. I haven't seen too much of his stuff, but he has a lot of lovers and he has a lot of haters, and that just means that I have no idea who to trust. His haters will throw together a compilation of all the terrible things he's ever said, and then his lovers.
But Alex seems to like him, so I like him.
Okay. And maybe he's got a couple of good ideas. Maybe he doesn't. I don't have any idea. I don't have time to watch. He streams 97 hours a day, I think. A lot of those guys do. I can barely pull off 4 hours a week. You know? And this last hour has just been me playing Diablo. And I know they all play video games too. But, like, I could not even imagine streaming for 3 or 4 or 5 hours. That's just too much. I can't do it. I can't. My throat won't hold up. Even after 2 hours, my throat hurts. I can't talk anymore because I don't talk this much in real life. Outside of streaming, I hardly ever talk. I go to work and I say hi, and then everybody's like, "Hey, can you do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then that's it. But I try to keep it up for the stream, obviously, because you don't want everybody to get bored.
Yeah, but they debate for hours at a time.
And they debate for hours at a time, and I just can't do it. I'm doing 3 to 4 hours a week, and it's already too much for me. Which is probably one of the reasons why I'm so small and don't get a whole lot of attention, is because I'm doing such a little bit of a job. But the longest stream I ever did was about 10 hours long and that was because the Classic WoW launched. What the hell was it called? Its remake of Classic WoW, Season of Mastery is what it was called for Classic WoW, and I played that.
It gets pretty heated sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
One time someone got up from their debate with Alex and called him entitled and threw a pillow.
And yeah, and that's it makes for sometimes a fun watch, but sometimes it's a little too much. And yeah, everybody has to have their thing because shit, I wasted that.
It was
Destroyed
awkward.
that.
Like, calm down, brother.
Yeah, exactly. But he can't calm down, and I'll tell you why. It's because the politics that he has is tied inexorably to his identity. If you tie your identity to your political stance, say, I am a conservative and this is right and this is the best thing ever and all conservatives are correct and everything they've done is always correct. If somebody proves a conservative idea wrong, then you're a bad person, right? Like, you can't be a good person if your politics is doing a bad thing. It's tied to their identity. So untie that. And I would suggest that if you're on any sort of religious or anti-religious quest, untie this from your identity. Untie anything you can from your identity. Stop being the thing that you label yourself
The guy
as.
was anti-drug and weed, but Alex was pro-legalization, so he got mad at Alex for liking drugs so much.
And that's part of his identity. Like, he's like, I don't like these things and I think they're bad. So if you say that they're not bad, then I'm bad. You know, it's tied into his emotional state. Wow, I'm really running out of potions here. So much of those positions are tied to what we think of ourselves and
I
our
don't like
body.
weed either, but he didn't have to be mean to Alex. And what did the pillow do to you?
Yeah, exactly. I don't enjoy weed. I think it should be legal, and there's some in my house right now. But, like, I don't like it all that much. I rarely ever do it. Booze, on the other hand, is like, I love drinking. It's fantastic. I drink every chance I get. But that's, again, still, that's just my style, is all.
I don't know if weed should be legal. I love Alex, but I feel uncomfortable about weed.
Yeah, and so that is where I fall back to my guiding principle, and that's human freedom. My guiding principle is humans should be free to do what they want and make that choice for themselves. Is that is allowing it harming anybody else's freedom? I don't think it is.
That is true.
Murder harms other people's freedom. It really does. If I killed somebody, they would not have freedom. So I can't allow that. I would be against that idea as legalizing murder. That would be a bad thing. But the legalizing the weed, it's okay. It's not hurting anybody else's freedom. If weed were grown from corpses of dead people, I would have, I'd be more worried about it. I'd be like, okay, are you killing people to get this stuff? Well.
Even if I am personally uncomfortable doesn't mean it should be illegal.
Right.
It's okay to sit with the discomfort.
Or just avoid it entirely. Don't go to places that's a common thing that's done. Don't go to the store. Don't go to a bar where they allow you to smoke the weed on the outside. That's just all of Seattle.
Weed
But
is legal in Canada.
yeah, and it's legal in Canada, so you don't have to go to places that it's allowed. You can avoid those places. And does that take away from your freedom? Maybe. And you could have an argument there that, hey, I would like to eat in this restaurant and not smell the weed smoke.
I'm Canadian.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's maybe I will be someday too. I'm gonna sneak away. I'm gonna run north when Donnie goes too far. Or maybe I'll just stay here and help the Canadian freedom fighters take Seattle. Maybe I'll do that.
I will run to the UK.
Oh, okay. I could see doing that too. Be like, well, I could welcome the Canadian freedom fighters as they push their borders south into Seattle, and then I'll be okay with it. But yeah, I measure.
Remember when Trump wanted Canada?
Yeah, he still wants a piece of it. He still does. That's just because he misunderstands literally everything. He is not a smart guy. My potions looking. Fill up on potions. 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 Potions.
Trump
I guess
isn't too dumb, but right now he might be going through dementia.
he definitely is. Yeah. His brain don't work the way it used to. Okay, so I just summoned some monsters. Where are they? Where'd you go, monsters? They didn't show up. Okay, we're going to kill Diablo. And then we're going to stop streaming. Open that. Monsters. There they are. Oops. Wrong
I
button.
think Elon isn't dumb either, but he overestimates how smart he really is.
He has been surrounded by people who think that he's a genius and been telling him he's a genius for a very long time. And that warps your brain. It really does. It's the same with movie stars and celebrities and stuff like that. That's why Tom Cruise is so weird. Is because he's the most important person in every room he ever walks into. That fucks up your brain. Same way it does for royalty, you know, and the Queen of England can never like be a normal person because every time
But
she
you
walks
need
in the
to look
room,
him up because he is so respectful and handsome.
I'll give him a shot.
He is nice to listen to and funny.
I'll give him a look. And maybe I'll put him on in the background when I play video games or something. We usually have like the news on or something. But yeah, then yeah, royalty can't be normal because they're not normal. They're always above you. They're the most important person in every room they're in. And that does something to your brain. I really think it does.
No, he is not the type of person you just listen to. You need to look at him to get the full experience.
Okay, I'll give him a look too. He's not second monitor content. Is that what you're saying?
Mao, I promise I am not sponsored.
Well, you can be sponsored all you want. You're chatting in my thing, making my algorithm go up. I don't mind. I'm on again. Damn.
I need to get up and be a productive member of society.
What? No. You need to keep chatting and telling us all what you think. That's the new society, okay? All right, 2 down, 1 to go. Then we fight
Like that
Diablo.
one SpongeBob episode, remember? SpongeBob got fired and he got all depressed and Gary was like, whoa, get a grip.
I take your word for it. I've seen some SpongeBob, but not like every one of them. But yeah, gotta get a grip. Understand what's important. And let go of the things that aren't.
So he got a new job, but then Squidward kidnapped him and took him back to the Krusty Krab.
Okay, I like it. Because he needed him there, secretly, but he'd never admit it. Squidward. SpongeBob.
I ship Squidward and SpongeBob. Don't tell anyone.
They are secret best friends. Yeah, I agree.
No, they are lovers.
Oh, okay, even deeper than that. They are neighbors. He is the girl next door, you know? the sponge next door.
He's the pineapple next door.
All right. Let's go kill Diablo. How about that? Diablo's up and about. Up and around. Let's get him. Kill that Diablo. Got anything good on the floor? No? Cestus. Super healing. Okay. Let's go kill Diablo, shall we? Diablo time. Let's go.
Did you know that some people think SpongeBob characters represent the 7 deadly sins?
Which one is SpongeBob? Sloth? No, he can't be sloth. Can't be lust. Can't be envy.
I think lust is SpongeBob.
You think so? Wow. Lag. Go, 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 man.
No, SpongeBob is lust because he is always saying he loves people and he really likes Squidward.
He loves too much. He's too free with that love. Just giving it away.
I think sloth is Patrick and gluttony is Gary and greed is asterisk Gabs. I think Sandy is pride and Squidward is envy.
Okay. Where's Plankton? He's got to be. Wrath.
Yeah, Plankton has to be wrath.
There we go. Easy peasy. Killed Diablo. Wasn't even that hard. Well, I do cheat.
And I got to talk about SpongeBob while you did so.
The only streamer who's ever had a real deep philosophical SpongeBob talk while killing Diablo. It's true. World first. Nobody's ever done that before. Oh, we got a sword.
Love always wins.
15. That's a nice sword. I just don't need swords. Is this better than what I got? Probably not, but maybe. Maybe. I'll have to check that out. Well, anywho, we killed Diablo. That's what I wanted to do today. Thanks for coming in and keeping us sane,
Even
Bisky.
though me and Alex have different ideologies and beliefs, in the end we will come together anyway.
Romantically come together, or just as friends?
Because atheists and religious people are meant to be together.
That's the coexist bumper sticker. Good job, you did it. So that is it for me today.
I don't know what I am saying, lol.
That's okay. Neither do I. And I have a whole camera pointed at me.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, Bisky. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for saying fun stuff. Thanks for keeping us having a good time during the Diablo streams. If anybody else is watching, hop in the chat. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. Go on over to the Discord. You can go to the Discord and say funny things. You can look at, or you can spell things wrong. That's also fine. You can go there. You can click on stuff. You can tell me what to talk about. Oops. No, I don't want to open it in a new tab. I want to copy it and put it into YouTube chat. which has been very quiet today. YouTube chat has been really quiet today. Anyway, that's it for me today. I'll be back on Wednesday night, West Coast, Best Coast time, 7 p.m., unless the Gestapo kicks in my door and drags me off to the gulag. Have a good day. Bye-bye.